What's up, my brothers from another mother? We got a sponsor request today from a young man in Australia that's looking for some life advice and entrepreneurship as he kind of moves into this next chapter of his life. Before we jump into this, we've got the channel sponsor, the Tactical Soap Company. Got a shout out to Scott. He's been a great supporter of the creation of content on my channel. If you've enjoyed it, consider grabbing some Tactical Soap. It's handmade, pheromone-infused soap, give you a little bit of advantage on the sexual marketplace. There's a card up on the top right. You check out with coupon code Cooper, you get 10% off. He's also added a new product to the lineup, so if you're a bearded man like I am, he's got pheromone-infused beard oil. This is actually a very good deal. I was actually surprised at the pricing point, so you might want to grab this before that might change, but it is about twice the size of the regular beard oil that I was using before Scott sent this to me. And it's only like 10 bucks more than the standard stuff. Check it out. Again, check out with coupon code Cooper. Card is up on the top right of the screen. Let's hop right into it. Backstory. 19-year-old living in Australia is a member of my men's private community. He says it's a great resource for a magnitude of reasons. Strongly recommend any guy that wants to take some action for themselves and better their lives to join it. He claims his membership as a tax deduction, so he finds that as a bonus. A bit about himself. He stopped drinking alcohol completely for 3 months now. Reads self-help books and investing books, goes to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and has never touched any illegal drugs. I've also got off social media, finds it to be a black hole for productivity and of little value gained wasting hours on it. Most importantly, doesn't have a girlfriend. So we got a 19-year-old man in Australia chasing excellence. He's on his purpose. I love it already. Currently goes to an Ivy League equivalent university in Australia, studies a business degree, also has a paid internship in finance right now, which he managed with the studies, saves most of his income and slowly building his net worth. As I've realized how competitive graduate jobs are in finance and how difficult it is to put a dent in the universe working a job, my priorities have changed and I'm more aware of my goals. As you say, a job is just over broke. Something psychological that I've observed more recently is how difficult it is to obtain financial and personal freedom whilst working for a company. I've been working for a corporate environment for less than a year, and in many ways, it's soul-destroying. Dude, at 19, you're realizing it already. Love it. Given the tax system it's far more beneficial to work for yourself than to pay the top marginal tax rate, which is 49% in Australia. Dude, that's brutal. I think it's 46% here currently in Canada, but when you factor it all in, it's closer to like 65% when you factor in all the sales tax and fuel taxes and everything else that builds into that. It's brutal. Anyway, not to mention it's hard to be free when you're contractually obligated to be at a desk for 40 hours a week. So he finds finance, business, and entrepreneurship to be appealing. It gets the hairs on the back of his neck sticking up, and I get the chills. The annoying thing is hard to find other dudes my age that are into these respective fields. That's okay. You're not going to find a lot of guys at 19 that are going to share those opinions and values. Believe it or not, you're probably looked at as an outcast for the most part, but that's cool because in 10, 15 years, while you've done the work and they've been partying and having their fun or things that they deem to have been fun at the time, you're going to have laid the foundation to a phenomenal life thinking like this at 19. So I tip my hat to you, my friend. After thinking about interests, you've narrowed down to a few books and some soul searching. He's interested in deals acquisition and real estate development. I'm very fortunate of a father that's chased excellence and is in real estate and has invested in real estate for 20 years. I have some strong contacts from him directly and some of my own close friends as well. My goal is to start my own property development business. It is an incredibly lucrative but also risky field. I found niche through some of the research and it has a lot of potential. Just quick caution to you, my friend. Make sure you're doing it out of passion, not for the chase of the dollar. The dollar should come when you find what it is that you're doing. You may find that you get into it and you love it, which is cool. Money will come. If you find that you get into it and you hate it, first cautionary note I'll give you as a young man is don't build a business that you might potentially end up hating. A lot of guys do that. They'll spend 5 to 10 years of their life. They'll burn through 5 to 10 years of their life building a business that they end up hating. So just be aware of that. Real estate investing development is extremely capital intensive, meaning you need large lump sums of money to get into deals, to acquire deals, to buy land, to get holdings, and so on and so forth. And difficult, and I know it's going to be an uphill battle. I don't have the knowledge, and I'm not in a position to ask my parents for money. I can't jump straight into the deep end. With this in mind, my current plan is to graduate from university in 2 years' time, ideally to work for a developer and hopefully real estate private equity. I think it'll probably have to work a substantial 5 to 10 years down the road. for knowledge and contact. So basically start developing now, age between 20 and 30 is what he's hoping for. Hopefully somewhere somewhat like the current 45th president of the United States that pretty much, well, not pretty much, but a lot of people don't like. Anyway, with my background and plan detailed out, he's got some questions. So let's hop into this. So guys, these questions, provide some feedback in the comments below if you have some experience. Let me know what you might feel is relevant to this. So what is some general advice you have for a young aspiring entrepreneur? I just mentioned some things to you. Don't build a business that you're going to hate because you're chasing the money. Make sure that you're building something that you're really passionate about. The money will come if you do it right. So that'd be the first step. Second thing is you're doing it at the right time. You're going to make a few mistakes. So just understand that, 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, if you're lucky, but a good percentage of the time, whatever it is you're going to do, whatever you're going to try to get off the ground probably won't be successful. And you're going to have to be okay with that. You're going to scrape your knees. You're going to cut, you're going to cut your teeth. You're going to have wounds. You're going to have sleepless nights. There's going to be blood, sweat, and tears. So just understand that that's par for the course, but the ROI is exceptionally high. You do the right thing. You put your, you basically lay the groundwork now, make your mistakes now while you're young, and you can recover from them very, very easily. So take bigger risks. I guess to sum it up is take bigger risks when you're younger because you can afford to take bigger risks. So if you have an opportunity that might seem more risky or create some risk aversion, within you, look at it. Take a deeper dive down that rabbit hole. Look at it. Vet it with your dad. It sounds like he's got some good real estate experience. Vet it with people around you that have a good network. So surround yourself with like-minded, intelligent people that are years ahead of you. Surround yourself with people that you want to be like in the next 10 years. I mean, if you're 19 and you surround yourself with 30-year-olds that you aspire to be, it's going to happen by osmosis. It really is. The gravity of you getting sucked into the world to help you become a better version of yourself and to lift you up will happen. It's going to be highly unlikely that you're going to find yourself into a spiral. So you're in a very, very good position. I really like where you're coming from with this request and how you're planning it out right now. Let's go to the next question. What would you do differently despite being very successful? Well, you see this, right? Like you see the cars, you see the business, you see stuff like this when it comes to the broadcasting, but you don't see the pain points. So to kind of touch on this and dovetail off what I already kind of talked about, let's go a little bit further down there. There's been a lot of sleepless nights that I've had. There's been a lot of money that I've thrown at things that had no ROI. Lobbyists for a bill over 2 years. 2 years of my life I wasted on bullshit. I wasted time with people that didn't have the skills or knowledge sets that were required to get business off the ground because they were cool to be around, because they were fun to party with, because they were fun to do things with, go to Vegas with and hang out and blow all kinds of money, on bottle service. And you just didn't have any ROI on it. So you have to be attentive, in my belief, with the network of people that you're surrounding yourself with, 1, and 2, understand that you might see a lot of successes, like as you mentioned, you see a lot of successful people, even the people that you're mentioning up over here. Your dad has had a lot of failures. I would buy your dad dinner and sit him down and say, I want to hear about all the shitty things that happen. I want to hear about all the mistakes that you made. Ask those questions of people. Carve out a lunch every month with somebody that you know that is where you want to get to, and buy them lunch. Spend $100, $200, whatever you got to blow. Buy them lunch and find out what they did to be successful, and ask them about all the mistakes. Success leaves clues, but so do failures. And it is far, far cheaper. We'll go this way. It is far, far cheaper to learn from other people's failures and mistakes than to make them for yourself. Okay. What are some things I can do every day that'll make my dream plan a reality? I think you're already doing it, man. You're pretty aware about it. You've cut off social media. You're not chasing women. You're chasing excellence. You're working on your passion, your purpose. You're a good-looking dude. I know exactly who you are. So you are laying the foundation for basically the rest of your life now. You're doing it at the right time. If more guys did what you're doing right now at 19 and set the attention to have this impact, man, the world would be a different place. There's too many people that are just far too lazy, but you're doing the right thing at the right time. Any issues in my blind spots that you can see? I've already pointed to a few of those. I don't think there's anything else that I can expand on. What should I be prioritizing right now with my goals? I think you got your head straight, man. There's really nothing that I can add to beyond what I've already talked about. So I think this has been a great request. I want to thank you for making it, dude. Again, tip my hat to you. You're doing the right thing. Quick tip over here. If you want to request a video like this, card up on the top right. Click that. You'll be able to request a video. You're stuck on something, you just basically ask what it is. You make your PayPal donation, your name, your email, and you email me your request. And the other part of the community is what he talked about earlier on at the start of the video. He's a member of my men's community on the basic tier membership. You can sign up now by clicking here. You get access to the private Facebook group, premium videos that are not listed on the channel, commercial free, private website content, VIP access to early bird prices at events. You, of course, support the creation of what I'm doing here. We do a book of the month review. Last month, we did a book by Stephanie Kuntz called Marriage: A History, which is a very interesting deep dive into the long history of marriage. There's a few other things here. You can check it out. There's 2 additional tiers. This one's brand new, which is business growth membership. You can apply to get in. To get in, you need to be you need to be the founder of a business making at least $200,000 a year. There's a forum component. You'll get included into a forum, which will meet monthly in a private and confidential fashion. There'll be presentations, some updates. So there's a lot of business growth tips in here. I'm basically using stuff that I've learned in the last 10, 12 years, getting involved in things like other mastermind groups for business owners like Entrepreneurs.org and the like. And the top tier is one-on-one coaching. Again, you'll have to apply for both of these tiers. You don't automatically get in. Thanks for checking out today's video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.